All right, what's going on, guys? This is Morey. Dave and Pat were outside when I poured this up, and we're going to get straight into the aroma and let you know what we think of this thing.
Yes, sir. Heads up. Wow.
Dave,
Some
what are you
hops
getting?
on the nose.
Yeah, I'm getting some nice, juicy hops.
Yeah. Pat, would you say like floral? Would you say citrusy? Would you say pine? What would you say?
I'd say citrusy and a little bit grassy. You know,
Okay.
it's-
I'm getting citrus.
yeah, and there's definitely a sweet character to this beer off the nose too. It's kind of there's definitely the hop flavor, but there's kind of a sugary aroma underneath too.
Mhm.
Okay.
I get some. It smells fantastic. I'm gonna go. I mean, I'll wing out and just say double IPA right off the top.
Actually, on the taste, there's a good mix of kind of a citrusy and a little bit of floral hop on the taste. It's a little bit thinner than I expected it to be, you know, on the mouthfeel, but again, a lot of the sweetness that I got off the aroma isn't really there in the taste. There is some sweetness to it, but not what I would expect from the aroma on it.
Dave, do you think it has a good amount of bitterness?
It has a solid amount of bitterness.
Mhm.
It follows the nose fairly well. There's a little sweetness there. There's a lot of citrus hop, but I'm getting a different sweetness on the palate. Not like a honey or anything. Almost, I want to say like a wheat or like something in the grains that were used with this one.
Okay.
I'm getting like a sweetness, like a grain sweetness out of this one.
Pat, if you had to take a stab at alcohol percentage, where would you go with this one?
I would actually put this one a bit on the lower side, probably in the 6 to 7 range.
Okay.
I was just thinking 7, like was standing out in my head.
So you're kind of retracting the double IPA.
Yeah,
comment
I'm not
almost
getting
now.
I'm not getting double IPA out of
Okay.
this.
I don't really feel it has the body of a double IPA.
Okay. Do you think it's, Pat, do you think it's pretty balanced as far as like malt, hops, bitterness, sweetness, that type of thing?
I'd definitely say it's definitely hop forward. You know.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of malt sweetness behind, but it's pretty much just a hoppy beer. There's not a whole lot of balance in it, I don't think.
What do you think?
It's definitely more hoppy, yeah. I mean, but it has a nice backbone to it. It's a little thinner than I agree with Pat. The body's a little thinner than I anticipated by the color and the aroma, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's drinking like a gem here.
Right.
You know, the more I'm drinking it, though, I'm getting a little bit of pungency on the aftertaste.
I agree with you. I think it is pungent.
Yeah.
That aftertaste is almost where I get the grapefruit and the pine from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you guys are both leaning more towards IPA rather than double IPA
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something along
I'm
those lines?
personally, I'm thinking either IPA or like a real hopped up wheat ale.
Okay.
That's where I'm leaning.
I'd agree with that. I'm not getting any kind of. I am getting that little sweetness, like you said before, the little kind of grainy sweetness, but I'm not getting real solid, you know, malt backbone that you'd expect in a double. I'm not getting any of the spiciness you'd expect in a rye IPA. You know, it's. I think it's just a regular IPA.
All right, let's get down to it, Dave. What are you thinking for your score?
I really like this beer. I'm going to 4.25 on this one, and a solid 4.25. I like that grainy sweetness. I like the real, I'm a big fan of citrus hops. And I really like how easy it is to drink. I mean, it's a pleasant beer to drink.
Yeah.
I'm really, really enjoying this one. Yeah, I'm going 4.25 on this one.
Pat?
Actually, I'm gonna give this beer a 3.75 out of 5. I do feel it's an above average, IPA, but I'd like a little more balance out of it, a little more malt sweetness to balance it out. The hops in it are nice, but they're kind of really all that's going on there. I get kind of traces of other stuff, but every sip I take, it's just leaving me wanting just a little bit more out of this beer. So I'll give it a 3.75 out of 5.
Okay. All right, I'm giving it a 4.25 as well, Dave. That's how I've scored this beer in the past. and I'm gonna score it the same now. I love this beer. I love the lingering flavors on this beer. It doesn't really leave me wanting more. It satisfies. It is an IPA. It's a pretty highly rated one. We're going with Columbus IPA.
Beautiful. One of my faves.
Yes.
I've definitely had this beer a handful of times in the past, and I think rated around 4.25.
Yep.
If not even a little higher.
Yeah. I rated it at 4.25, and when I tasted it again today, I really like this beer. I think it's rated 94 out of 100 on Beer Advocate. Yeah. It's probably rated a little higher on Rate Beer, but it's definitely a really good IPA.
Right.
I've always liked this beer.
And a great regional brewery right out of Columbus, Ohio.
Unfortunately, right now, guys, you can't get it right here in Erie, but you can get it just across the border.
Menor, Ohio.
Menor,
Yeah.
Ohio. I mean, if you're ever going through the area, coming back from Cleveland, stop in Menor. And the good thing about this beer, $8.99 a six-pack.
Right.
You can't go wrong there.
I mean, and what is it? And we personally, if we go to Menor, usually go to Save On
Right.
tobacco and beverages.
Now they changed their name to Save On Craft Beer.
Oh, great,
Yes.
great name change. So Save
Yes.
On Craft Beer.
Yes.
I want to say I've even seen this beer for what, like $1.85 a bottle.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
yep.
for $1.85.
Oh.
I'd buy that for $1.85.
Absolutely.
It is a great beer, and if people are flowing through and going to the Columbus area, Bodie, their double IPA,
Excellent.
is
Excellent.
excellent too. So.
But until next time, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.